Good morning, everybody.
A powerful late winter storm is leaving thousands in the dark along the East Coast. The storm's high winds and heavy snowfall left more than 140,000 people without power Saturday. The National Weather Service has put around 16 million people under a winter storm warning from Tennessee to Maine. Officials at Chernobyl say the nuclear power plant has been running on generators since the electrical system was damaged during a Russian attack last week. The International Atomic Energy Agency says the reactors at the Ukrainian plant are now dependent on diesel generators and that repairs are ongoing. Ukraine says the site is under Russian control and that 400 Russian soldiers are present full-time at the site. President Biden said the U.S. will aim to squeeze Russia's economy even further.
Banning imports of goods from several signature sectors of the Russian economy, including seafoods, vodka, and diamonds.
Biden said the Russian stock market remains closed because the second it opens, it'll fall apart. This is USA Radio News.
You've heard us talk about the luxurious Giza Dream sheets from MyPillow. Well, now they're on sale. 60% off as low as $39.99. Lots of other overstock items and a free copy of Mike Lindell's book, What Are the Odds from Crack Addict to CEO, with any purchase, but you've got to use my promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, the Radio Listeners Square, use my promo code USA or call 1-800-951-8175.
Russian tourists are now finding themselves stranded as they are cut off from access to their money and their credit.
Thousands of Russian tourists have been left stranded in Thailand. Between sanctions issued by Western nations over Russia's invasion of Ukraine and credit card companies like Visa and MasterCard cutting off Russian banks, the tourists aren't able to pay their hotel bills or pay for flights back home if they are able to find them. Many direct flights to Russia have been suspended as well. Many hotels have helped by offering discounted rates. The Thai government has offered 30-day visa extensions without payment and is trying to find low-cost accommodations for those forced to stay in the country longer than planned. For USA Radio News, I'm Kenneth Burns in New York.
The White House is considering further extending the freeze on federal student loan payments, a move that could remove a looming deadline for millions of borrowers. Student debt repayments have been on pause since March of 2020. The notice did not make clear how long an extension could last. In all, the change could impact some $1.6 trillion in student loans. A North Carolina college student thanking her beginner's luck for her lottery win. Lania Ashley told lottery officials she recently bought her first lottery ticket to celebrate her 19th birthday. The ticket ended up being a $100,000 winner. She says the money will go towards paying off her degree as well as helping her grandparents. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Russell.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. What's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning and welcome to Middleboro in Review. It is March 13th, 2022, and it is Daylight Savings Time Day, Daylight Savings Time Sunday, here on Middleboro Review as well, and also it is March Madness Selection Sunday. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the sports segment. But good morning to Don. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You look a little everyone lost an hour of sleep last night.
A little bit.
It's gonna take a little bit. It's gonna take a little bit to adjust.
Yeah.
But for me personally, this adjustment's a little better than the other adjustment from in the fall when you lose the hour.
Mm.
We lost the hour. I'm sorry when you gained the hour, but it's dark at night, so that's going to be the sun's going to be out lighter. It's going to be out longer. It's going to be lighter longer. That's what I meant to say. Lighter longer. So.
Yeah. So.
But it's ice out there, huh, Joe?
A little bit. Yeah, a little
No,
bit.
it's a lot of it. This parking lot.
Yeah.
They got to treat it, but I mean, the secondary roads. I don't know. We didn't drive on it. We went down 44. 44 was in pretty good shape.
The main roads are fine. Yeah.
But the parking lots, be careful if you pull in to get a coffee or you want to go get some breakfast this morning or even your own driveway. Just be careful. You gotta conduct the duck waddle again until this ice melts. So I'd say everyone out there, just be careful. We're almost out of the woods. No one wants to slip and fall this late in the season. You made it this far, right? You made it through December, January, February.
Yep.
You don't want to have a problem in March, so just be really careful. And it is icy out there on untreated surfaces.
All right. Okay. So today on the program, of course, we're going to talk about the weather here in just a minute. We'll talk about our sports a little bit as well. Don has some interesting transportation-related thing he'd like to tell us about. He was showing me yesterday. He sent this to me, and it was pretty interesting. And we'll talk a little bit about it later on in the show.
Did you check that out?
I did not, but I can still talk about it. So we have that coming up, and there's some other things as well during the show as well. We'll talk about blood drives. We're going to talk about the Hair and Run Festival in Middleboro, and we may touch on the election in April. It's coming up fast, a little less than 3 weeks away. We might mention that as well. So we have all of that coming up in just a few minutes. Weather. Currently outside our Taunton Federal Credit Union studios here at 14 Church Green. It is 20 degrees. 39 today for the high. Mostly sunny skies, which is a good thing. No rain in the forecast. No rain in the forecast for the first part of the week, which is a good thing. Tomorrow it's supposed to warm back up. Actually, pretty much every day after today, it's going to be in the 50s. With a Friday forecast of 66 degrees. So who knows? Maybe closer to Friday, we could probably get that temperature up a few degrees, and maybe we'll have a 70-degree day in mid-March. So that would be awesome to see. So that is the weather for Taunton. Middleboro, 21 degrees outside currently. 39 for the high today. Mostly sunny. Again, first part of the week, mostly sunny. Really good weather. Driscoll, North Dakota, 23 degrees, so pretty much the same. Sunny there. 33 degrees for the high today, except they may have some snow coming in Driscoll, North Dakota today in the forecast. But the rest of the week after that looks pretty good. No negatives in the forecast. Actually, there might be some 50s coming to Driscoll, North Dakota in the near future as well. So that's good to hear too. And Driscoll, Texas. Pretty much the same weather, 38 degrees. So all of our four towns that we talk about are pretty close together in temperature today. So that is interesting. But Driscoll, Texas will have the most drastic change of temperature. 71 degrees today for the high. A beautiful March, late winter, early spring kind of deal. Late winter kind of deal for Texas, Driscoll, Texas. So 71 degrees. 82 tomorrow. So it's going to be in the 80s the next couple of days after today in Driscoll, Texas. So it's starting to warm back up. You'll be seeing 100s before you know it in Driscoll, Texas. Probably the next month or two. Who knows?
Let's hope not. That's a little early to
No,
seeing those temperatures.
well, it gets into the hundreds quite frequently in
Jeez.
Texas. All right. So, 7:14 a.m. Let's talk a little bit about blood drives. The next one we have is this upcoming Thursday at West Bridgewater Middle Senior High School, 155 West Center Street in West Bridgewater, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Friday, March 18th, Town Hall in Halifax, 499 Plymouth Street in Halifax, of course, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Friday, March 25th at Coannet Community Health Center, 5 Wally Kruger Way, Bridgewater, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And finally, Thursday, March 31st, 2022, at St. Anne's Church, 660 North Main Street in Raynham, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. So those are the blood drives coming up. Remember, if you are able to give blood and are in these areas and can make an appointment for these blood drives, definitely do so. The blood supply is at historically low levels. Don, thoughts?
Yes, it's good that you mentioned all the blood drives in the area for a while anyway. So that's good, and listeners can go and give blood when if they wanna. So, yeah, I think that's something that's really something that you are doing for the community. It's really
It's important to talk about these kind of topics and to
just remind
get this
people, I
information
guess.
out
Yeah,
there
to remind people
to the
that
community.
where they can go, and if they do listen to the show, they can maybe I'll go give blood. And you do mention it too. I mean, on the Thursday show on Middleboro Matters.
Yeah.
And I think on the news too, when you do the news, I think you have to. I mean, if you can squeeze it in.
Yes.
I know the news is a different format than a show that we do. You have your different things you have to do in the news as the protocol of the news. But I'm sure you sneak in. I've heard you sneak it in a couple times.
Yes.
You put it into the news, so that's good. It's just listen it over and over. That's why a certain furniture company did so well in the '80s, because they just played their ads over and over and over and over. And anybody grew up in the '80s knows that furniture company. I won't mention that right now, but it's just the commercials would never ever stop. Every time you turn around, you heard one of the commercials, but it works. Radio advertisement does work. It takes a while, but once it clicks and once it catches the people's look at that particular furniture company. You know the furniture company I'm talking about, right?
Not off the top of my head, but
Jordan's Furniture.
Okay.
Okay. They were very huge on radio
Jordan's
advertising.
Furniture,
Yeah.
And in the not too distant future, we are looking to have a representative on calling in from the Middleboro Food Pantry, which is also a very important tool right now, as well. Especially the heating assistance.
Yes.
It's extremely important.
Yes. It's very important. They do provide that, and for the listeners to, listen to. It's gonna be Ray, right? Ray Lipper
Yeah,
from
Ray.
the.
Ray. I think we might have him on Thursday.
You think Thursday? Next Sunday?
Either this upcoming Thursday or Sunday.
You did reach out to him. He said
I'll be in contact
right.
with him
He
this
said
week.
family in town this week.
Yeah,
so.
so.
But he's been on the show for 4 or 5 times already, hasn't he? I mean, since you
Yes.
have the show.
Yes.
So I mean, as far as heating oil assistance, I think it's important that he gets on the air, and
Exactly. Yeah.
people are going to need it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what, how's 20 degrees out this morning.
20 degrees outside.
So,
37 today for the high, so it's
I
gonna be
mean,
cold.
people are using heating oil. People are using energy. We're not out of the woods yet.
Not yet. No.
We still got the whole month of March
Yeah.
and a little bit of April for the heating season.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean,
I'm in
most of April is known for rain
Right.
as well, and it's still kind of cold in April as well. So a lot of rain and
yeah.
a little bit of cold as well.
we
throughout
could
the
get
month
it,
of April.
and we've had snowstorms too
Yes,
in April.
we have.
So I mean, look at the weather now. came out of nowhere. It was beautiful on Friday.
Yeah, it did. It was really nice.
It was nice yesterday until
It was
like,
nice yesterday.
until like
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
Yes.
And then I look out the window and I was like, "This is snowing out." And I thought the snow, but the amount of snow on the ground
Well,
is
luckily it's not much.
no,
so.
but it's a lot of ice. So
It
if
is.
you go
It is quite a bit of
outside,
ice, yep.
please be careful.
Yes.
Have your rock salt ready. Do your duck waddle. Just if you need to get to your car, or you need to get to your vehicle to head out this morning, or go to church, or breakfast, or whatever you can do on a Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful.
Yes.
Just be careful. Just walk slow. No one wants to slip. Like I said, this late in the game, kind of a deal killer in a way, if you think about it. If you slip in at the end of the season, middle of the season, yeah, I mean it's really bad. But it's just this way you need to be really careful. I mean you got to be careful all the time anyway, but just be especially careful now.
Absolutely.
And it is icy.
Absolutely.
Anything that hasn't been treated is an ice skating rink out there, and the 44 is a major state artery in this area, so that road they always do a good job on 44.
They
in my
do,
opinion.
yes. They
But
do.
105
some of the main roads too, they do.
Right,
do
105 was a little slow. It was all right. It was pretty good, but I'll do 20 on that road. We did 20 coming out. We live on Thompson Street. I
And
did about 20
anyone
going out
in that area who's planning to take Precinct Street, don't. A lot of construction on that road right now. Unless you absolutely have to. Avoid Precinct Street.
There's a lot of bumps there now. I have been on Precinct Street. in a while.
There's a lot of construction going on. So
They paved that road 10 years ago.
no, it's a good road. It's just I'm just saying there's a lot of construction going on right now. A lot of trucks on that road, and it's a little bit of a nightmare to get through there. So
well, I mean during the week when they're doing
during the week,
Yeah.
yes, during the week when they're doing the work,
I'm
it's
sure
a
that-
little bit of a nightmare to get through.
I'm sure that banging and sawing at 20 past 7 on a Sunday morning.
I don't think they're doing that.
No.
I know. But yeah. So I keep that in mind as well. Anyone going down Precinct Street, anyone who's planning to go down Precinct Street, keep that in mind. Maybe find a different route if you're able to, because there is construction going on Precinct Street currently.
Right, and if you head out today, like I just said, be careful. Just
Yes.
take it slow. Secondary roads are all right. 44 is good shape.
Mhm.
Parking lots and ice skating rink.
Yeah.
Any parking lots, and the landscapers are gonna come out and they gotta get their equipment together. And it's Sunday morning. A lot of places are closed. Like the bank here is closed, so the landscaping company they do a good job here. I think, in my opinion, whoever does the landscaping and the plow work or whatnot, they do a really good job here at the studio. So they got to get out here and run their sanders over there. But it's early, and it's just very little bit of snow. It's a little tease. That's all it is. Enough to slip and break your hip. You
Yes.
got to be careful.
Yes.
That's
It's
all I'm saying.
very
Just be
dangerous
really
outside.
slow. I mean, if you can wait to go out this morning, I would. It's going to be 39. I think some of the stuff will melt. It's going to be a nice sunny day, right? You said?
37. So yeah,
Right, but
it's gonna
sun's
be
out.
okay.
Sun's got to be out. Sun's
Yeah,
high.
so sun will be out. Yes,
Sun is
so
high
it's gonna be
in March.
pretty nice outside. Yes.
Right. So we're almost
So
at...
a lot of the snow, there could be some melting today.
Right, we're almost at...
So
almost
I
at
think
the
the
winter.
snow will be gone probably in the next 48 hours or so. I mean, it's gonna be warm tomorrow, so
I think it's going to be gone, like, tomorrow.
it could be gone tomorrow. Yeah.
And hopefully a lot of the surface ice will disappear this afternoon, which would be good.
Yes. Okay, it is 7:23 a.m. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we are going to talk about some transportation news, some different things as well. We're coming up on the opening of the Green Line, a part of the Green Line. We're going to talk a little bit about that. That's next Monday in the afternoon. So we're going to talk about that as well during our transportation segment. Maybe some updates on Brightline if we have any. I'm not sure if we're going to have any, but and some other things as well. Dawn had found some interesting little things about trains.
I'm going to torpedo that this weekend because you didn't look at it, did you?
I didn't look at
No,
it,
you
but
know
I can
what?
still technically talk about it.
Nah, I really, you know what? We should just have a vote power on that. We should just
All right.
both listen to it together and then maybe talk about that. This is something I do want. It's been on my mind. It's been this.
All right,
week.
then we'll talk about
Some-
that next week.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that particular
Oh,
interesting little train.
It's
thing next
interesting,
week.
but I'd like to do a little more research on it because
me too.
It's really. I mean, I when I
I know
discovered
a
it,
little bit about it, but
yeah, when I was like, wow,
let's do a little bit.
I
more
can't
research
believe
on
it.
that, yeah, for sure.
So.
All right, we'll do that next week. Then, but we'll still have quite a bit of transportation talk about coming up here on Middleboro.
Well, we got the Green Line.
Yes, we got the Green Line
That's-
next Monday. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Any updates, maybe just to Brightline. I'm not sure if there's any. But Dawn will have that as we go to break, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro Review on 1530 AM and 99.7 FM. We'll be right back, everybody. Anything new with Brightline or what? No? Not
Not
really.
that I know. I haven't researched anything.
Not that I know. Okay.
I'm waiting for Danny to come out with a thing. He's probably really working on getting something together. So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, throw it up.
It's a delicious coffee over here for you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Motorcycle Association.
I'm grabbing that
It's
in
an
just a sec.
association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad.
Okay.
Many members continue to serve in
My
the armed
particular
forces,
thing
with
here
several
with
serving in combat areas now.
towns that are celebrating major milestones. I'll do that today too.
Related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support,
6.
please visit cvma2-2.org.
Hi,
Good.
this is Martha Clopin, your host for Medicare Minute with Martha.
Good.
Each week, we present the latest information on health, legal, and lifestyle issues that affect you and your family. It's fascinating, fast-paced, and fun as we explore all aspects of the Medicare maze. So join me for a Medicare Moment with Martha, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 9 on AM 1530 and 99.7 FM, WVBF, your hometown radio station.
Right.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WVBF, The Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WVBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Red mic back up.
I do want to talk about something.
We'll start with that then.
I don't want to. I want to bring in the client. I'm not gonna do 5 minutes tops. I'm not gonna bully hold it.
No problem.
Yeah.
We'll start with that. And we're back here on the Middleboro in Review. Again, it is the 13th of March. It is Daylight Savings Time Day Sunday, and also Selection Sunday for the March Madness tournament, which begins in a few days. And a lot of the tournaments, the individual league tournaments are ending, or, just getting towards the end. I think a lot of the final games of those tournaments will be today, and then Selection Sunday. Providence got pretty deep into their particular conference tournament as well. So they will be seated pretty high, I think, by the selection committee for the March Madness tournament. They did a very good job this season. But we'll talk a little bit more about that during our sports segment. I want to turn it over to Don. Don, how are you?
Not bad. How are you, Joe?
Good.
Was slipping and sliding this morning, huh?
Yeah, yes.
We got our coffee. Wasn't our coffee delicious this morning?
Coffee's very good, yeah.
Oh, my God. Where'd that hour go? The alarm went off. I still got that.
Yeah. I'm looking at the computer clock here because that's the only one that is showing the true time. So I'm just making sure that we have the time right, and
Yeah, well, the time is right over here. Who fixed it? I wonder who fixed it on this side. It says 7:30.
I don't know.
Everything. I think Chris.
Okay, no. There's some I think that do it automatically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That clock, no, that doesn't do it automatically.
There's some that do.
Yeah. But
there's some that actually are showing the right time.
I think Chris came in the middle of the night and changed the clocks.
The one on the wall here is saying 6:30. It looks like. All right. But anyway, moving on from that.
Okay. All right. I was driving down Route 3. I work for an oil company, so I'm up and down Route 3 a lot, from Kingston all the way to Braintree. That's my area, pretty much the whole South Shore. And I was heading Monday, about 12:30. I was headed north, going back to get another load of oil, and I saw a state trooper with his lights on. And of course, I always pull to the left. I'm big on the move over law. Okay, I just wish more people were. And I go by, and my partner looks. Oh, he's got binoculars. He had a pair of binoculars, and I was like, what's going on here? And he had no one pulled over. Around the corner, they got somebody. So they were doing a sting on the move over law, which made me feel great that they were all doing that. But I don't think they should. Why are you wasting their time when all you have to do is move over?
They shouldn't have to do.
No, they shouldn't have to be sitting on the road. It's dangerous to be on the side of the highway.
It is extremely dangerous.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We lost a state trooper last week. Okay. Sort of a perfect storm. Woman pulls over to check her GPS. Of course, if you pull over on the highway to do anything, and they see you, they are gonna pull over and inquire while you pull over on a highway. It's a highway. You just don't pull over on a highway unless you have an emergency. You don't pull over on a highway to reprogram your GPS. Okay? You want to reprogram your GPS, you drive to the next exit, you pull into a parking lot, out of sight, out of mind, out of everyone's way, right? People didn't move over. Didn't see the lights, weren't paying attention. Between people who don't move over, texting and speeding on Route 3, it's insane. It's crazy. Okay? You're going to see crackdowns, and I hope you see the crack. It's going to happen. Okay? The state police lost one of their own. Then they're not going to let these people just go out of control on Route 3. And that's what I see every day is Route 3. I'm on 24 every once in a while, but I'm on Route 3 every day of my working career. Okay? All you got to do is move over. If you are in the right lane, or if you're in the left lane, and you see emergency vehicle up front with its lights on, and you see someone in the right-hand lane with their directional on trying to get in the left lane, please let them in. Please slow down a little bit, let them in, because they're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of times, if I'm in the right lane, I come around the corner, and I put my directional on. No one lets you in. So what I do is I put my flashes on, and I slow down to to like 50 miles an hour. That's 50, and I go really slow. I have my directional on, but you can't pull it and cause an accident to try to get in there's a lot of people who do that too. They'll jam on their brakes and almost cause an accident. The law states either you move over or you slow down. Okay, I always put my flashes on when I go by there. If I can't get over in time, I'm not going to cause an accident trying to get over because no one's letting you in. But everybody on both sides of the road should know. If you're in the left-hand lane and you're buzzing along and you see state trooper on the side with the lights on and you see a guy on the right-hand lane with his directional on, what do you think he wants to do? He wants to move over. He wants to get in front of you because he wants to. So you're buzzing along, not letting this guy in. Who are you? I hope you're the guy who gets pulled over for doing 90. Okay? Party's over on Route 3, folks. Okay? Anybody who drives Route 3 knows what I'm talking about. Okay?
Party's over on really all of the roads.
Party's over. Okay? You're going to be seeing tickets. Come springtime soon.
I saw
you're going to be seeing tickets. People are going to be getting written up left and right.
I saw 2 Lakeville police cars. I don't know if this was the same thing, but one, I think it might have been just a regular patrol, but I saw 2 Lakeville police cars right around the same area. I think that was patrolling that stretch of 44 in Lakeville near the Rotary.
Okay.
So I've seen that. So they are doing that.
People need to pay attention. I'm not sure. There was a high-profile accident on Friday morning. A pedestrian was killed. A well-known security guard for the
Boston Red Sox. Yes.
Right. This guy was well-known. I think he was going to his other job. It was 4 a.m. Okay. So that's a tough time to be waking up and driving. I understand. But you better have all your functions ready. You get behind that wheel. If you're not a morning person, well, I don't know. Maybe you should wait for the sun to come. I don't know. You don't want to kill people. Don't know. I'm in a situation every day where I'm in neighborhoods. I'm driving down highways. I drive around kids. It's nerve-wracking. Okay? I have to be careful, and that's why I'm so careful. And that's why I'm just preaching to everybody. Okay? There's no need of going 80 miles an hour in the hammer lane on Route 3. Okay? Most people do 65, 70. Okay? That's, I don't know, whatever. Speed limit's 60 on Route 3, by the way.
And
Okay,
some
60.
other situations, too. There's no need for speeding in a parking lot. I've seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Many times.
Oh, yeah.
There's no need of that.
You know what I saw, too? It was last week. Okay? This little girl walked around to this big SUV, and her mother was giving her money. Okay? And why would you have your kid there? Because someone coming around the parking lot into that spot would go fast and wouldn't see the little girl. You don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't stick. I even say that to you sometimes. So you're in a parking area spot. Come to where there's 2 cars that are parked. My vehicle and another one that's parked. Okay? No one's gonna hit you, but But you go into another vacant spot. People fly into those spots. And that's too late. Then they hit you, and then it's all boo-hoo, and I'm sorry. Yeah. And sorry doesn't cut it. When you hurt and kill somebody, it just does not cut it. So, just be careful out there, everyone. There's a lot of people who drive safe, but there's a lot of clowns. Nincompoops, idiots. I don't know. What else could I say? That's rated G on the radio here, because I can't say what I really won't think here. Because,
Okay.
I don't think you have your buzz already.
Anyway. Don.
Yes.
The Green Line. Next
yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
Next Monday. So, Leechmere Station, the new Leechmere Station, supposed to be opening. And, of course, Union Square Station.
Union Station, yes.
I think it's
Somerville.
Is it Union Station or is it Union Square Station?
I don't know.
I think it's Union Square Station.
I think so, yeah.
So these are supposed to open next Monday afternoon.
That's a stub-in station. That's a termination point for that particular line.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the project is going to head up to Medford, up to Tufts area.
Yeah, and the rest of the project is supposed to be done in right around the middle point of the year. So May, June right around there.
Okay.
And then I think there's some more time that they have to roll it out too. So maybe towards the middle or right 3/4 through the end of the year as well. So.
Well, you mentioned the time of the
Yeah,
opening date.
They're
It's
gonna
like
have
in the
some.
afternoon.
Yes,
Said, right?
they're gonna have time to roll it out too. I think it's gonna be a slow rolling out of the entire thing. And it's supposed to be done in May. But,
right.
they
The Bedford branch.
It might be a little bit longer.
Yep.
When it comes to rolling it out fully.
As far as the Somerville line there, Union Square, you said it's a week from Monday, which is what?
Yes.
What date's that?
A week from Monday, which is the 21st.
All right, 21st in the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
Okay, so
Right around 12 or so.
Oh, yeah, 12 o'clock.
Maybe a little bit later.
Right. I think.
In the afternoon.
I don't. Maybe they think it's a good time. They're probably doing a ribbon cutting ceremony with.
Yeah, in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, with the governor and all the big brass, the tea guys and the transportation people. They're all up there.
And one of our listeners on the Facebook, I mentioned when we talked about this last, that it's probably a better idea that they are doing it in the afternoon because they don't want to roll it out during, the morning rush. That's what
I think it's
one
more,
of our listeners.
I really think it's more like the political thing. It's the.
I think it's
the party.
I think it's
the
more
ribbon.
of the. I think it's more of the ribbon cutting ceremony that they want to have in the morning.
Yeah.
But I could see that also being.
Where they drag the governor out of bed at 4. Well, those would be starting at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. Those trains start early.
They're not going to do that.
No.
I'm also saying though, as well, that maybe it's better to roll it out in the afternoon than it is to be doing it in the morning.
Well, anybody who comes from the Somerville area, they're taking the bus.
Yeah.
And actually, it's funny because Leachman Science Park has been out of service too during all this, and the trolley itself terminates at North Station. Has been for a while, and there's been a shuttle bus to Science Park and Leachman. That's been, just continue the route. That's an opening route. But so, think about people coming from Somerville, taking the bus, whatever the bus is, going to Union Square. That's going to take you to Leachman, and they get on another bus, and then they got to get off the bus, and then they get in the trolley, and then they head down to the points where they need to go. But now, Tuesday morning on the 22nd, they got to be styling. I think it's a lot of people. That part of Somerville, I think, will explode as far as business. You'll see. I've been through Union Square. It's nice. It's a nice little place. It's part of Somerville, but connected to a rapid transit line is going to make night and day. And you watch, within 2 or 3 years, that place will be like the next Davis Square. Yeah. Davis Square in Somerville boomed when they put the red line in. When they put that red line station in back in I think it was in the 80s. It was always, a family-oriented kind of neighborhood in Somerville, next to Cambridge, whatnot, over that. And they got Porter and they got Davis. But Davis really popped up as far as the Somerville Theater and all the, there was a lot of clubs that started, music venues, restaurants. It seemed it really grew up, and the tea had a lot to do with Davis Square really becoming, well known. I know it's always been well known, but since the red line started in there in the 80s, it's gotten real well known. So.
All right. Want to mention real quick, the Middleboro Tourism Committee is going to be holding their 9th annual Herring Run Festival, April 9th and 10th, Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that's going to be at Oliver Mill Park on Nemasket Street and Route 44. Beautiful place. Beautiful place to have the Herring Run Festival and other great events like that.
Awesome.
Yes. The festival will feature merchant and food vendors, games, exhibits, demonstrations, music, a beer garden, and lots of herring. Hopefully lots of herring. Hopefully they'll be around and you'll be able to see the herring. Free admission and free shuttle buses, or choose $5 paid parking, and that's at 99 North Street. Free parking at Middleboro Town Hall. There will be free parking at the Council of Aging, which is at 558 Plymouth Street, Middleboro. Find out more by visiting discovermiddleboro.com or call 508-946-2402. The Harry Run Festival is back after
2 years.
After 2 years, yes, it's back. So that's
awesome.
It's exciting.
That is exciting.
Hopefully we can get Crazy Days back this summer. Hopefully that's that may be a little bit more up in the air because you need a full year for that to be planned, and the pandemic kind of didn't ease until the beginning of this year. So so it might be up in the air. But
you think August is a good time?
Good. I don't know. It's really hit and miss with the weather. I mean, 1 year it could be really nice and 60s, 70 degrees, and another year it could be in the 90s. It's a really hit and miss kind of thing. I think August is probably the best chance to have something like that.
Not October, no.
Well, October could work.
Early October. Always nice around here. It really is. I mean, you get past the 15th, 17th, yeah, you get some weather or whatnot.
Yeah.
But early October is just so beautiful in New England. It's scrumptious. That's all I can say. It's just really good. It's delicious.
I don't know. I think what we have now works, but I also think if there's ever a change, I think October would be the best. For that kind of change. Well, then, but I don't know if there'll ever be a change.
Kids. Well, the thing is, you have school going too. So
yes, yeah. So that's probably why.
Right.
That's probably a big reason why.
Right.
All right, it is 6:46. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have a quick sports segment. Then we are going to have our towns that are celebrating major milestones. We have one to do for the letter F, so we'll do that, and we'll have our Today in History as well, and a little bit of a programming schedule for you as well. Sometimes we like to do that every once in a while. Programming schedule of what's coming up after us. So we will do that as well towards the end of the show. So we'll be right back here on Middleboro Review on 1530 AM and 99.7 FM. We're back. Okay. Coffee. That's good coffee.
Yeah.
Good coffee. One, 3, 1, enter. Got it.
Getting back to life means getting a vaccine.
Alright, so we'll go 10 minutes. We're gonna rattle off. I gotta rattle off 4 things in 10 minutes, which should be easy.
You're a good rattler. Good.
I'm not gonna.
Am I all done talking?
Probably.
Yes.
Because I am.
I think we really need to say something about the move over law after. I mean, I thought last week was just too raw.
Important to do that.
Last week was just too raw after the state trooper getting killed.
Yeah.
And it's just it's just you don't want to be pointing fingers at anybody at that point. It's morning time, but week after gloves come off.
Oh yeah.
It was the lady pulled over to check a you know that, right?
Yeah, I heard that. Yes. You're really not supposed to do that.
Don't pull over the highway. Whatever you do. Pull off the next exit.
You're not really supposed to do that.
You know what I mean? Are you that lost? Are you that confused in life? People get confused.
Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our base of operations is in the lower level of the parish hall on Oak Street, directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in downtown Middleboro. At this time, we serve approximately 500 families in our service area, and many of them come to us for various types of aid. This can take many forms, and include many of the following programs: utilities and rent assistance, agency referrals, clothing and furniture vouchers, and temporary lodging. For more information, go to svdbmiddleboro.org. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and
1 minute,
or simply to say thank you and welcome.
and then I'm gonna rattle off
Members from nearly all
the rest of my
50 states
stuff.
and living abroad.
What do I have for today in history?
In our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each
I don't have a
year.
lot
And as a
for
nonprofit
birthdays or
organization,
deaths.
donate
Actually, I had
to
more
various veteran care
on the death
facilities
side
and
this
veteran
week.
charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Okay, pick that up. And we are back here on Middleboro in review. It is 6:50. All right, quick sports here going on. March Madness is tonight. Well, the March Madness selection program is tonight. 6 p.m. The coverage for that starts. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Things to watch in that selection show. Where will Providence be seated? That's going to be an interesting thing to watch. Where is Providence going to be seated? They have done very well this season. And now it's time to see where they're going to be seated in the March Madness tournament. Where is Duke going to be seated in the tournament as well? They've had some major wins this season, and they've also had some major losses. One of them that comes to mind off the top of my head, their last home game. They did not win that last home game. So this is an important year. This has been an important year for Duke because this is Coach K's last season. So it'll be interesting to see where Duke gets put into the bracket as well. There's some other teams in there, of course. Some major teams. Teams that are usually in there every year, every selection Sunday, every March Madness. You know, some of the teams that you would expect are in there as well. So it's going to be an interesting year for March Madness. I believe Purdue will be in the dance as well. So Purdue is my personal favorite college to watch when it comes to athletics. So it'll be interesting to see where they slot in as well. So that is March Madness. March Madness selection show is this evening, 6 o'clock. The Dallas Mavericks take on the Boston Celtics. Pretty much identical records. Dallas is 41-26. Boston is 41-27. So technically Dallas has the better record by one game. Or maybe a half a game, I'm not sure. One game or half game. I think it's one game. And that game's at 3:30. And then they take on the Warriors. So these next two games are very difficult for the Celtics. This is time for the Celtics to really show how they what they're made of. And so these next 2 games are going to be super important to watch. Bruins, they defeated the Arizona Coyotes 3-2. Again, I'm going to say that again. 3-2. The reason I said that twice was because I kind of expected that to be a little bit of a bigger score for the Boston Bruins, but can't win every game by more than a goal, so that's what happened last night. They only won by a goal, so that's okay. Moving on, they were moving on to their next game against the Blackhawks, Chicago Blackhawks, on Tuesday. The Revolution, the New England Revolution, took on Real Salt Lake yesterday and was defeated 3-2. They are now moving on to the CONCACAF Champions League quarterfinal, leg 2 of 2 against Pumas. And that will take place on March the 16th at 10:15 p.m. And then they will have another MLS schedule game against the new kids on the block, Charlotte. So that will be an interesting one to watch. I believe that is the first matchup between the two ever. So that's interesting. All right, that is your sports for today. Also, let's do this real quick. Our towns that are celebrating major milestones. We have one, Fitchburg, incorporated as a city in 1872. It is a city in northern Worcester County, Massachusetts. The third largest city in that county. Its population was 41,946 to the 2020 census. Fitchburg is home to Fitchburg State University, as well as 17 public and private elementary and high schools. Fitchburg is, when it comes to education, that is the hub. One of the hubs is Fitchburg as well. Don, your thoughts?
I believe a good friend of ours went to Fitchburg. Our friend Bill got a culinary degree there. I'm pretty sure he did. He could graduate. I'm not sure when he graduated, but he's Fitchburg State College.
That's again, Fitchburg's one of the hubs of education.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a mill city. I've been through there. I took a train ride through there recently. I went to the new Wachusett station, which is technically West Fitchburg, and the special line went a little further, and got to see a little bit more. But the train goes through a real interesting area because of the layout of the land there. It's hilly and a lot of mills and a lot of little rivers and pipes, and I thought it was cool. And I think Fitchburg, even though it's probably not at its heyday like it used to be, all these mill cities definitely have potential to.
It's still a very important city.
Right.
Like I said, education, big part of that city.
Well, it's the closest supply, Gardner and Fitchburg, to anybody in the western part of the state.
Yep.
If you need to go anywhere, and you live like in Greenfield or anywhere on Route 2, heading west to the Berkshire Mountains, and you need to get something. You need a city. Fitchburg would probably be the closest place to get if you need some supplies, or you need to pick up furniture, or you need to pick up whatever you need to pick up. That's your hub, and that's where the commuter rail ends.
Okay, we have a quick programming note. After the news, at 8:05, we will have Bread of Life with Pastor Ortez Van Cross. Today's program, Holiness is the Highway to Heaven, Part 1. At 8:30, we're going to have the Rosary. At 9 o'clock, we're going to have Medicare Moment with Martha. A lot of great information about Medicare. And at 9:30, Keys of the Kingdom with Pastor Naomi Burton. 10 o'clock, All on God with Edna Isaac. 11 o'clock, Musical Odyssey. Today's program, Franz Schubert in Symphony and Song. At 12, Emerald Isle. Sounds of the Emerald Dial with Jim Larkin, 12 to 2, and 2 to 3, Stand Up Strong with Ed Miller and Tony Branch.
No. Bishop Tony Branch.
Bishop Tony Branch.
Okay,
yes.
get it right, okay?
Bishop Tony Branch.
Okay,
yes.
if you listen to Chris do his commercial, he says Bishop. It's
Bishop Tony Branch. Yes.
Those guys are great together. They're those two.
Absolutely.
Yes. I love listening to those two guys. They're just great. They really work together in a good way. I mean, as a radio personalities.
All right, we have Today in Histories. We have 2 Today in History today. 1639. I was talking about education a second ago. One of the most important colleges in the country, Harvard College, got its name on this day in 1639. It's named after clergyman John Harvard. 2013, the 2013 Papal Conclave elects Pope Francis as the 266th Pope of the Catholic Church. Birthdays on this day. Scatman John, American singer-songwriter. He had a lot of popularity in the 90s, a couple of good songs in the 90s that had a lot of popularity. He was born on this day in 1942. Deaths on this day. 1901, Benjamin Harrison, American general and politician. He was the 23rd President of the United States. 1906, Susan B. Anthony, an American activist, born in 1820 and passed away in 1906. 2013, we lost legendary English drummer and songwriter Clive Burr, the original drummer, there we go, the original drummer for Iron Maiden. And on this day last year, we lost marvelous Marvin Hagler, American professional boxer. All right, it is 8 o'clock, and we are going to be going to the USA Radio News, top of the hour ID, USA Radio News, and then Bread of Life is coming up in just a few minutes, so stay tuned. And have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was a superstar show, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we did good. We did good.
Broadcasting live.
All right.
Federal Credit Union Studios at 14 Church
That'll pretty
Green.
much do it.
AM 15.
Coffee.
I know, right?
W259DD. Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM. Your hometown radio station.
All right. Let me do these here. Get the news going here. Never mind. Let's go. There we go.
USA Radio
Is that
News.
good?
The U.S. is sending another $200 million in defense aid to Ukraine. President Biden authorized the funding on Saturday to be used for military training and other assistance. Congress approved a $13.6 billion aid package for Ukraine as the Russian invasion rolls into its third week. Vice President Kamala Harris.
$4 billion of that will be directly committed to humanitarian assistance.
A powerful winter storm is leaving thousands in the dark along the East Coast. The storm's high winds and heavy snowfall left more than 140,000 people without power Saturday. The National Weather Service has put around 16 million people
Bye-bye, everybody.
under a winter